Reggie again. I just made a video about the Sabbath. You might have seen it, but I thought I'd do another quick video regarding marriage. Of course, you know that I have a website, myhopeinmarriage.com. I also have a Pinterest. I'm using Pinterest also for putting up pins for the articles and the blog posts and so forth and so on. But there's one thing that I began to think about regarding marriage. And one of the things that have struck me recently is being honest with your spouse. Matter of fact, I'm actually getting ready to finish up an article today to post on Pinterest and, well, not on Pinterest, but to post on the website, myhopeinmarriage.com, that deals with being honest with your spouse. Now, of course, you know that men and women are different, all right, but that is no excuse to promote dishonesty to your spouse. That is not to say, or that does not mean that you can be like, well, I'm a woman and women are different and you should know that and therefore I can do whatever I want as a woman. Or I'm a man and you should know that I should have plenty of sex and you should know that, so it should be okay that I went to somebody else. Okay? No, that's not it. You should be honest with each other. If you're being bothered by something your spouse is doing, if your spouse is doing something that's hurting your feelings, making you feel a certain way, here's what you do. You tell them, all right? You speak up, okay? You say something. You're an adult, for goodness sake. Stop hiding behind this. Well, I'm a Venetian and I'm a Martian. No, you're human beings. And I would like to believe, and I hope you are, rational thinking adults who are human beings. You're not some animal that just lives by instinct, all right? You are human beings and you can think, you can reason, you can express yourself, you can create things. So therefore, if your spouse does something that you don't like or makes you feel, if you find that my wife is making me feel like crap, okay? Or my wife she keeps belittling me, or my husband keeps, making me feel like garbage, or whatever it is, tell them. Every marriage should have a state of the marriage address at least once a year. You should have a time where you and your spouse sit down and discuss these real intimate and perhaps hard to talk about issues. Why? So you can resolve them. Because if you don't resolve them, what humans tend to do, and what some people tend to do more than others, is to hold grudges, resentment, all right? And that begins to grow. And it all started because you were not honest in the beginning. You weren't honest. You weren't straightforward with your spouse to say, honey, I know you love me, or you better out. No, I know you love me, or whatever you want to say, but just say it respectfully. You see, you make me feel, you make me feel like I'm nothing. I'm not worth anything. Like yesterday when you said such and such, that made me feel like nothing. All right, tell the person. Maybe that's just the way he or she communicates. You know what I mean? And they communicate like that with their friends or with their family. They grew up talking to each other like that. And then you come along, you make me feel bad. You just tell them, tell him, tell her, tell him, okay? If you feel good, say, I really like the way you did that, baby. You know what I mean? All right, so you got to tell them. Don't keep stuff in yourself and allow it to affect your relationship, because you're being dishonest. It's going to cause resentment, and it's going to destroy your marriage from the inside out. And the problem is, neither one of you may know what happened. 30, 40, 50 years later, you're like, I don't like this person. I don't want to be married to this person because, whatever. All right, so be honest. And we're assuming, the assumption here is that you both want to be married to each other. All right, you did, agree to get married. You got married for more than love, hopefully, because love is not a reason to get married. If you're not married and you're thinking about getting married, here's some word of advice. Love is no reason to get married. Let me say that again. If you're getting married because you love the person, that's why you're marrying the person, you're about to make a big mistake. You don't marry someone because you love them. You can fall out of love. You know, you might spend the first day with her and let's say she burns your scrapple. Now all of a sudden you hate her because scrapple is your world. Okay? So you don't get married because of love. You get married for a number of different reasons. But at the end of the day, you've decided that you want to commit your life to this one person and that you're going to trek through life together and you're going to, do this together. Unfortunately, together is what a lot of people have a hard time with. I'm big on togetherness, but togetherness is something that I don't really see a whole lot. There's not very good examples of togetherness. All right. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that out. Be honest with your spouse. All right. Stop holding things in. Stop being like a little timid mouse. Tell your spouse. Now, of course, you might have a timid spirit, but God did not give us a spirit of fear. That word fear is timidity. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So get with God and get rid of that timid spirit and learn to speak up for yourself respectfully to your spouse so that your spouse knows what's going on. They can also adjust their behavior if they know that something they're doing is bothering you or hurting you. They can adjust, but if you don't say anything, they're going to not know. And then they might try something else that makes it even worse. All right? So be honest with your spouse. Stop this, I'm a man and I'm a woman, we're different. So like when you go to France, you don't go to walk around in France and I'm an American, so you all got to cater to how I am. No, you got to learn how those French people are. You got to learn what French law and so forth and so on. When in France, be as a Frenchman. All right? So you do the same thing in your marriage. Let your spouse know you. All right, tell her or tell him what's going on in your head, in your heart, because if you wait too late, that little teeny weed that's like a little seedling will be a big giant tree covering your house, and it'll be real hard to tear that thing down, okay? So be honest with your spouse, speak up, let them know what's going on, and you can experience a wonderful marriage because you'll get in the habit of resolving issues, and you'll have a issueless as far as currently resolving all your issues, a marriage. All right? All right. Peace.